Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and enjoying the content of the course. Dear students, today we are going to learn about HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This is the language, a markup language that is used to develop web pages. Web pages looks like this one. Like this is a web page. Its extensions .html. You can see I gave you the lecture notes in which I also gave this file, a separate file .html file. If you will open this file in a notepad or any IDE, programming IDE, in my case I have opened it in a Visual Studio, but you can open it in a normal notepad text editor. This is actual text that is written in HTML elements or HTML tags. This is a root element HTML. It contains all other HTML elements. It further contains head. As you can see, this is a head section or head element. Anything that starts from angle bracket, it is called element or tag. This is a head tag. Head tag contains two tags. One is meta. Meta is something that is known as about data. It's a metadata that is about data. It describes the different screen sizes, like Android screen sizes. Many laptops, many computers, they have different dimensions, different screen sizes. So this will telling to viewport that you are to adjust according to the device width. So this is a directive that is used to tell to browser how to render the view of this markup. The next thing is title. Let me tell you, title here if you can see that computing application and web 2. This is known as the title. Whatsoever I will write over here, it will be displayed over there. This is ampersand. As you know, in our programming languages, ampersand is an operator. This is an operator. You cannot use this directly. So if you want to use some special symbols, you have to put ampersand operator, then you are to write its acronym or its short. This is and sign, and it is represented in programming languages or markup language in this way. So here we are ending our head section. Head section contain other source files, other CSS styling files, JavaScript file, and whatsoever. We will cover it later on. This is a body element or body tag. This is the actual HTML content that is used to display the graphical user interfaces on web pages. So the first element or the first tag is H1. H1 stand for heading 1. I'm giving a heading, a bold and some large font size, and I am asking to print this name Umar Ali in heading 1. As you can see that this is heading 1. Name Umar Ali has been displayed in heading 1. Then the next is H2. H2 tag is heading 2 tag. It also displays some text in a large font, but as compared heading 1, it is less, you can say less in size and font. So as you can see that the font size of this heading is more as compared to the font size of this heading. Next, I am displaying program BS Computer Science in heading 3 tag. So it is smaller in size as compared H2 and H1. So here you can see that program BS Computer Science is in smaller font size as compared the previous ones. Then Institute Government Post Graduate College Samundri, and here we are giving H4 tag, heading 4, and in the between of these tags we are giving the content architectural, that is Institute Government Post Graduate College Samundri. The next element or the next tag is paragraph tag. I have written a paragraph in which I gave a description that my name is Umar Ali and I have some whatsoever jo bhi hai, it has written over here. This will be shown in this way. This is a paragraph that is showing something about Umar Ali. Okay, the next element is BR, break row. If we want to explicitly break we want to get new line, then this is the element or tag that is used to have a new line in your HTML page. The next tag is image tag, IMG. This is image element or image tag. Image element normally they don't have content in between these two tags, closing and ending, like this one. This is a starting tag and this is closing tag. Closing tag always comes with / and the name of the tag, like this is P and / P, it is closing. Same as if you are using a heading 4 tag, and if you want to close it you have to use this one. This is a closing tag. But normally all those elements, HTML elements, are HTML tags that they don't have content between closing and starting tags. They can close directly in this way, like you don't need to you just close open the tag and just press / and then close the angle bracket, then it will be a complete HTML element or HTML tag. Image is an HTML element and it has a SRC. This is source property. Source property refers to the actual file path. Here images, and in images there is a photo.jpg. So we need to understand it. This picture will not be shown over here. Why? Because I'm running it from desktop applications, that's why this picture is not showing. Why? Because it is not getting its path. Let me add a folder whose name must be images, and let me pause you. I should. Okay, dear students, I just placed a new picture with this name, and this picture is present in this folder, images, and in this folder you can see this is a picture, and I just gave the actual path of this picture, and now this picture will be shown in your browser. Analysis of algorithm and so on and so forth. Now the next thing is a link, action link or anchor tag link. This element is used to refer the other URLs, of some website. Like this is the website of our college, and we want that if our user will click on this college website, the user will be redirected to other website. So if you will click in a new tab, then you will see that the address that is behind of this anchor tag will be displayed, like this one. You can see that this is our college website, and this website is also developed by me, and I will show you the HTML page of this. Is also an HTML page. Let me tell you the HTML page of this one. As you can see, this is HTML, and this is a head, and head contains multiple like elements or tags. Then we have title, then we have different links to external files, then we have a body, and as you can see that the body contains some hundreds of lines, and there are also many links. Now this is a full-fledged and comprehensive web page that contains multiple things, but for the sake of simplicity and at basic level I am telling you about some basic elements of HTML. Definitely you are not going to develop such such HTML pages. It is not according to your course content. It's beyond the limits of your course. What we need to understand, we just need to understand the basic structure of HTML and basic elements. Now the next thing, the next element, that is UL, it represents unordered list, and we are giving some data in this list as a list item that first of all I am also giving the heading 1 tag, and in this tag I am mentioning my giving a text as my qualities, and over here you can see that the name of the qualities are given as a list item element tag of HTML. Its output will be shown in this way: that's my qualities, honest, initiative, courageous, helping, and social. But if just you change the name of your unordered list into order list OL, and if you will press save button, then you will see that now the items, the content of ordered list will be shown in 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and so on and so forth in this way. Okay, the next thing is table. Tabular data that have some columns and some rows, and if you want to display the data to your customers in a table form, then you need to initiate a table element. A table element contains two parts further: a header and body. In header you place normally the heading of your columns, like as you can see over here, that's the name, roll number, program, institute, and description. These are the headings of our table. So these headings come under the element of T head. T head represent table header, and over here you have a table row, a single complete a row that is represented by TR, and then you have table header, table header, table header, table header. You are having 5 table headers, as you can count: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And next we are going to start the table body, and in the table body we have single row, that is TR table row, and in the table row we have different table data items. This is the table data, table data, table data, table, and so on and so forth. The output that will be rendered by our browser will be like this way. If you place border 0 and save it and just refresh your page, you will see there will be no border in your table. Okay, the next thing we need to learn about the form. Form actually is a form as you fill during sign up when you apply in Punjab Public Service Commission and Federal Service Commission, and you apply for where you give your data, your name, your email, your gender, whatsoever you give the data, you give basically in a form element or form tag. I'm starting form element action. Action represents the actual link where your data will go. Right now I'm giving it as a blank because we don't want to send our data to be sent to a particular URL link. So this element further contain some new HTML elements. The first one is the header one. give me feedback. As you can see over here, this is the header one, give me feedback. And there is a paragraph, write a suggestion for my ambitions. And then we have a label. Label just a text that that is shown in this way, that's your name is a label. And input is a special element that is used to interact with users. But input, it has different types, like input type has button, date, time. If you write input elements in this way, that you mention its type as text, then it will appear in browser in this way, where you can write something about yourself. Like, and the next we am also giving a new line so that my next controls can show on next line. Label your email, and its input type is also text. So here you can see this is representing an email. And we have your suggestion label. This one is your suggestion label. And we having a text area. Why? Because we want a lot of text. We are expecting that there may be a lot of text that will be entered in this element. So we are giving rows 10. So this is representing the number of rows, right? Like this is 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. If you will decrease the number of rows, like if you're giving 4, then after refreshing the page, you can see that the text area, the size of text area has decreased. Okay, dear students, now the next element is BR. BR stands for break row. We are breaking the row and we are going in a new row. Again, next we are having an input element, again input element, but now this type, its type is checkbox. Checkbox looks like this one. This is a check state and this is unchecked state. And value, are you a student? And I think its value must not be this one. Anyhow, I will check it. Its value, it's either true or false. Let me give you something like it's text. Anyhow, I will see it later on. So its type is checkbox. Checkbox has only two states, either it is checked or it is unchecked. This is unchecked and this is checked. Again, BR break row element, and the last element is input type submit. This is also input element that is used in graphical user interfaces as a single element, but the type of submit of type input element is just a button. Now this is, you can say, this is an action button. When you will click, actually your page, your form will go up to a particular link, a particular server whose URL you will give over here on this action attribute. So the input element have two attributes: the type, which is submit, and the second attribute, the value that is used to display on your on the face of button. As you can see, send your suggestion. If you want to change it, like to send data, click me, that is enclosed by double quotation marks. If you will press save and if you will refresh, you will see that the content or the face font of button has been changed. Now it is to send data, click me. Okay, dear students, take care. I hope you got something. I think you learned something new. Try to get some new thing or new technology. If you have some questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Take care. Allah Hafiz.